Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AhTravesty playing some Neverwinter Nights 2 modded. I'm going to be continuing on in the Crystal Mist campaign using Chapter 2 this time, the Lichway. Crystal Mist campaign is actually a 3-chapter campaign. First, obviously, being Against the Cult of the Reptile God, which was another LP I did earlier, prior to this one. And in Chapter 2, the Lichway, and in Chapter 3, I believe is called the Sahagan Heel. This entire campaign is made by a guy named Cliortes, and he actually converted this particular chapter from a pen and paper mod that was actually published in a White Dwarf magazine back in the late 70s, so that was a pretty old pen and paper. I never actually played it myself, but anyways, let's take a look at the introduction here. You hear rumors of a group of vile Svarts causing trouble in the local area, and are tasked with sorting them out. You also hear rumors of an ancient tomb newly discovered. Could the two be connected? Other adventurers have already ventured to seek the tomb's treasures. Would you care to join them? Hell yes, I wish to care to join them. Okay, so this actual chapter here is designed for level 3 to 4 characters, and you can actually pick up some companions when you start the game, or you can create your own party, which gives you the capability to do so once you get inside the mod too. So this is actually going to be a pretty short mod. Author is saying it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours of play, so this is going to be a pretty short LP. So let's go ahead and start campaign. Let's play. Okay, here we are in the town of Hochoch. Okay, first things first, my character. I exported my character from the end of chapter 1. This is Kenneth Shand, and I'm using the same character in this chapter. All this gear is the gear that I picked up from the first chapter, so I'm not cheating or anything like that. I got a good amount of gold, but I'm going to end up spending all that probably on gear for the companions that I pick up. So this is Kenneth Shand, lawful good 3rd level human paladin. He's got a strength of 15, along with a charisma of 15, and in constitution and wisdom are 14, and in dexterity and intelligence are 10. Skills, let's see, he's got a good diplomacy and a good heal. And I think just about everything else is just average. Nothing too spectacular. Feats, he's ladies man. Gives him a +1 on listen, +1 diplomacy, however -2 to intimidate, but I'm not concerned with that. And he's got extra smiting and luck of heroes, which gives him a bonus to saving throws and armor class. Okay, so as far as his gear goes, I do have some full plate +1, got a paladin helmet, Amulet of Natural Armor +2, Ring of Protection +2, Ring of Jade, and this Cold Iron Blade, which is actually a longsword +1. It gives me a bonus of Fortitude saves, and it does additional cold damage. And I have a Heavy Shield +1, and then some miscellaneous scrolls and potions and stuff like that. So, alright, let's take a look around here. And there we got a journal update. Ah, fair Hochoch, jewel of the mountains and home to your friend the Baron, a willing patron of many daring adventures. Okay, so we got a journal entry. You've arrived in Hochoch after another successful adventure. Your friend the Baron lives in the mansion on the mountainside. When you're ready, you might like to call on him to see if he has any work that needs doing. Yep, the Baron lives up on the hill over there. Let's take a look at a map. Yeah, this is the same place you start in Chapter 1, Against the Cult of the Reptile God, so I'm going to make the assumption that everything here is just about the same. I'm not going to actually go inside of all these places here, because I already know what's in them. If you are concerned with what is actually in there, you can watch my first LP of Chapter 1, Against the Cult of the Reptile God. They're all just shops and stuff like that, but I'll do a quick rundown. Right over here we got the blacksmith shop. That deals with, of course, all your armors and weapons. And over here we got a row of merchants. This guy here, Nam, he's pretty much your black market bloke. Andur, the guy here in the center, he sells a lot of crafting materials. This guy over here, Aquir, he's more of a pawn shop type of guy with some miscellaneous sundry items. Over here is the magic shop. That one deals with all your high-end magic items right there if you want to purchase from there. Here is the crafting hall. That's of course all their crafting tables and everything are in there, so you can craft whatever you like. Over here is the purple sloop. That's where we're going to go to pick up our companions. And what we're going to do though first is go up here toward the mansion where the Baron resides. Oh, and up here is the temple. They do a lot of your clerical type items and stuff you can buy and sell. Oh, something else of note back here behind the temple. If you can see those pillars back here, in between those pillars, if you die during the module, you'll actually be resurrected and brought back to this location. So wherever you are, you're going to be automatically rezzed and then teleported right back to here. Okay, and here's the Baron's mansion. Let's go up here. So on the map we were right up in this location right here. Let's go talk to the Baron, see what he's got for us. Okay, here we are. And right over here's the Baron. Let's talk to him.
Hello.
Well met, my good friend Kenneth. Well met to you also. I was wondering if there was any adventuring work that needed my skill and prowess. Well, since you asked, I've heard worrying rumors that a particular odious bunch of Svarts has been troubling local goat herders and trade caravans. I don't mind telling you that I'm concerned. Reports say that they're from the Green Star tribe. What's bringing them down from the high mountains, I don't know, but they need to be sent packing. You'd like me to track them down? Yes, that would be most reassuring. If they could be persuaded to leave the area, I'd be most relieved. Could you give me any idea where I might find them? Well, that's a question. You need a good rumor monger. If I were you, I'd ask old Darum at the Purple Sloop about the strange events happening hereabouts. Very well. Okay, journal update. Let's see what we got. Baron Hochoch has requested that you track down a bunch of pesky Green Star Svarts, a magical cross between goblins and kobolds that have been causing trouble in the mountains around Hochoch. Alright, so let's get out of here. Okay, back outside. Now the next thing we're going to do is head down to the Purple Sloop and see if we can find that guy that the Baron was talking about that had some additional information. I believe his name was Darum. And then while we're there, we're probably going to pick up those companions too. I'm going to use the same companions that I had during Chapter 1, if they're still in here. Yeah, Purple Sloop, let's go inside. Okay. The Purple Sloop. Yep, this is the same place where we picked up our companions in Chapter 1. And it looks like they're all in the same area right here. And just FYI, if you want to create your own party, this guest book right here will allow you to do that. Just go ahead and access that. And then you can open up the party editor and then bring up your own party if you'd like. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the same companions that I had during Chapter 1. Alright, let's get this first guy here. Tunul Tre Halvdel.
Hello
I
there.
just called him Halvdel. Alright. Welcome to the party. Alright, let's see, what was he is? He's a sorcerer, that's right. Yeah, Rock Gnome Sorcerer. He's level 3. We'll take a closer look in a moment. Let's get everybody together first here. And then we got Dave. I believe he was a barbarian.
Yes.
Yep, 3rd level barbarian. Then we got Brother Gareth. He was our cleric. With a big great mace.
Get in step. Follow me.
Yeah, 3rd level cleric. And we got Surful the Elven. He was our rogue. Okay, so now we got everybody together. The first thing I want to do is take a look at Brother Gareth, because there was a bug with him in Chapter 1. Let's see if it's still here. Yes, it is. Yeah, there's a bug here with... And this isn't specific to this mod. I've seen this. This is actually a very common bug in almost every mod I played that has clerical companions, where their domain is not correct. If you take a look in his feats, let's take a look here. Yeah, he's got the destruction and the earth domain. However, his domains here says air and animal, and what this tells you here is what your bonus spells will be as far as domain spells go. But I know how to fix that, and I'm going to take care of that here shortly. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm not going to take too much of a look at what he's got for feats and stuff, because I'm going to do a reset on him. And that's going to reset all his feats and everything anyway. So let's take a look at the other characters. We got Surful. Surful is our neutral Moon Elf Rogue. He's level 3. And let's take a look at his feats. He's got alertness and he's stealthy. So he's probably good. Although he looks like he is short some experience points. He's level 3, but it says he's got 0 experience points. Let's take a look at Dave. Dave is our chaotic good 3rd level human barbarian. Wow, he has got a lot of feats too. I might have to do a reset on him. I think that's more feats than he needs. Or that he's supposed to have at level 3.
Yes.
And this is Helvdell. Neutral good 3rd level rock gnome sorcerer. And let's see. Yeah, he's got the spell focuses for illusion as well as arcane defense and illusion. Although he might have one more feat than he's supposed to have. Yeah, I don't want to kind of cheat, because it looks like, yeah, it looks like their feats might be a little bit out of the norm. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reset on all these guys, I think, and just give them 3,000 experience points to get them back up to level 3, and then I'll level them up the way I want them. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, went ahead and did my reset and got everybody leveled back up to level 3. And just so you know what I did, I actually got into the console and I did a reset levels command on all 4 of these companions, and what that does is reset the character down to level 1. And then what I did next is I did a give XP 3000 command, which gives them 3000 experience points to get them back up to level 3, and then I leveled them up. So let's go ahead and take a look at these characters now. Let's take a look at Helvdell first. Helvdell is our neutral good 3rd level rock gnome sorcerer. Highest attribute is 20 in constitution. Everything else is average with the exception of strength, which is below average. And skills, he's got a really good concentration, a good lore, and a good spellcraft. And feats, he does have combat casting and spell focus illusion. That was his starting feat from his package when I did the level reset. So, and as far as gear goes, he has a heavy crossbow and some bolts of fire and a multitude of potions and some ammunition and a few gems. Let's see what he's got for a familiar. I did not look at that yet. He's got a bat. And just to refresh my memory, it gives him bonus +3 to listen checks with that.
Yes.
Okay, next we got Dave. He's our chaotic good human barbarian. Highest score right now is strength, and then dexterity, which is 16. And it looks like he's got something that's increasing that. And let's see, we got constitution with 14, and everything else is average with the exception of wisdom, which is below average. And for skills, he's got a good craft armor, good craft weapon, got a decent intimidate, good amount in listen and parry, and also taunt. Let's go ahead and hotkey that. And now, as you can see, yeah, his feats are now within reason. Before he had like 3 times as many feats that he's supposed to have. So let's see, his starting feats were extend rage and extra rage, and he's also got weapon focus and battle axe. And let's take a look at his gear. He does have a battle axe +1, that's why I gave him that weapon focus and battle axe. He's also got a heavy shield +1. He's got some studded leather +2, and he's got braces of dexterity +1, which increases his dexterity to 16. And he does have some extra potions and some other items. He does have a flail +1 as well. I think I might give that to our cleric though. And he's also got some throwing axes +1, so he's pretty good barbarian right there. Okay, let's take a look at Brother Gareth. Now we got a lawful good human cleric, 3rd level. Highest scores are strength, constitution, and charisma with 16, and wisdom 16, and the rest of his attributes are average. And now, as you can see, his domains say destruction and earth, as they're supposed to be. And let's take a look at his skills. He's got a really good concentration, a really good heal. He's got a bit in lore, and he's got a decent spellcraft as well. Feats, he's got toughness. Toughness, actually, he gets that as a bonus feat from his Earth Domain. Earth Domain gives him a bonus feat of toughness, as well as early access to Stone Skin and energy immunity spells. And the Destruction Domain, he gets Smite Infidel, which is similar to the Cleric's
Well, now, what do you
Smite
want?
Evil.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else do we get? We gave him martial weapon proficiency, so he can use that War Mace that he's got. And he's got Augment Healing and Divine Resistance. Let's take a look at his gear. He does have Brother Garrus War Mace, which is essentially just a Darksteel Great Mace. And he's got Half Plate and a Paladin Helmet, which gives him a bonus to concentration. And he's got a few potions, and he's also got a Light Hammer +1. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I am actually going to get rid of that War Mace. And let's give him that Flail +1 and his Heavy Shield too. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because I'd prefer a magical weapon in hand than a standard weapon. Okay, and we have Surful the Elven, which is our neutral 3rd level Moon Elf Rogue. Highest score is Dexterity with a 19, and everything else is average. Let's take a look at his skills. Good Disable Device and Hide, as well as Listen. Good Move Silently and Open Lock. Good Search. And his Set Trap is really good, along with Spot and Tumble. And feats, I did give him, he started with Alertness, but I gave him Point Blank Shot because his Dexterity was so high. In addition to that, he's got a Composite Shortbow +1, so I'm figuring I'm just going to keep him with missile weapons the whole time, so that's what I'm thinking on that. And as far as gear goes, he does have some leather armor, and he's got some braces of armor +1. He's got a bunch of potions and a bunch of traps, and looks like that's about it. Now, the next thing I want to do, we need to go talk to this guy over here.
Step with me. Come on. Follow along.
What's his name? Darim. He's got some information for us, I believe. Let's talk to him.
What can I do for you?
Good night, Sir Kenneth. What can I get you? I'm looking for information. Baron Hochoch said to mention strange events. I see. Well, there have been 1 or 2 interesting things happening lately. And they are? Well, there's been a bunch of them Svarts spotted. A group of unsavory-looking men hanging around, and a mysterious sorceress calling herself Dark Odo, who were staying here for a while. Oh, and some goat herd said he'd found the Lichway. Could you tell me about the Svarts? Well, a bunch of them Svarts have been terrorizing people these last 2 weeks. A woodsman said he'd spotted them chasing a group of kobolds. They hates them. And they've attacked a goat herd. Poor bugger only just got away with his life. I see. Could you tell me about those unsavory-looking men? Well, there's been a bunch of dodgy-looking blokes hanging around here for a few days. In fact, they only left a few hours ago. Said they were off to Orlane, but they were headed off west along the goat herd's track to Corm. I see. What do you know about this Dark Odo? She's a mystery, is that one. Stayed here for a month with her friends. A dodgy-looking bunch if I ever saw one. I see. What's this about the Lichway? Well, some goat herd came in a month ago saying that he'd taken shelter in a cave to the west near some old ruins. Said it had an inscription in old Sandlander script around the entrance. Sandlanders? You're not from around here, are you? The Sandlanders used to live in the Corm Basin over to the west, a long time ago. What happened to them? Got driven out eventually by earthquakes and lizardmen, but not before they'd stolen a king's ransom and jewels and such from the villagers hereabouts. So what's the Lichway? Well, there's legends that they used to send their dead off on funeral barges to an underground tomb somewhere in the Corm Caverns west of here. Thing is, they like to send their wealth off with them. So if the Lichway really exists, there should be a lot of treasure just waiting to be liberated. Treasure, huh? Oh yes. And although earthquakes block the barge's entrance, the old stories also tell of another somewhere in the mountains west of here. That's what the goat herd thought he'd found. Oh, and a couple of young adventurers. A cleric and his feisty mage girlfriend headed that way a week ago. Not heard from them since. I see. Thanks for the information. Alright, that's about it we can get from him. So we got a bunch of journal entries here. We got a pair of adventurers that are lost. We got the Lichway, the Dark Odo, some strange woman. Men of dubious character. Bunch of dubious looking guys went off that way. And another fine adventure. That's what the Baron has us doing right now. So I think the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and spend some of this hard-earned gold that we got from Chapter 1 and see if we can get our companions some better equipment. And then we'll see you after that.
Follow along.
Okay, so just got done buying a bunch of junk. Well, not a whole bunch of stuff, but let's see, I did end up buying a belt of Hill Giant strength, which increases my strength by 3, so now I have a strength of 18 on Kenneth. And I think that's all I got for Kenneth. Oh, I got a Nymph Cloak plus 1 also, which increases my charisma. It is now 16.
Yes.
And Helvdell, I got the Wizard's Hat for him, gives him a concentration bonus. And I moved the braces of armor over here to him because he needed as much armor as he can get. Right now his armor class is only 14, which is pretty poor. And I gave him a ring of protection as well. That's all I did for him. And Dave, I got the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, which increases his strength by 2, so now it's a total of 20. And I ended up moving this Amulet of Will over here to him because it was actually 0 without it, and I'm thinking he needs a good will boost, so I gave him that, and I gave him that Ring of Protection plus 2, so now his armor class is 23. Oh, and I also bought him a breastplate plus 1.
Yes, yes.
And Brother Gareth, I think I got him, yeah, half plate plus 1. And I gave him this Amulet of Natural Armor plus 2, so now his armor class is 23. And finally Surfall. I did buy him some Arrows of Fire. And I gave him Amulet of Natural Armor plus 1. And I gave him the Braces of Dexterity plus 1, which increases his Dexterity to 20. And I also gave him this Studded Leather plus 2, so now his armor class is 21. And so we're rested up, and let's see, what was my spell books? I'll let you see what I got here. On Brother Gareth, I gave him light spells across the board for level 0, and level 1 I got Bless, Bane, and a couple Shields of Faith, and level 2 I got Hold Person, Sound Burst, and Silence.
Yes.
And Helvdell's spells, he's a sorcerer. All he's got is Cause Fear, Color Spray, and Magic Missile, which is, I wish I had better ones than that, but I didn't have too much of a choice. And of course the standard level 0 spells. Okay, so we're ready to go, I think. We're over here in the southwest corner of Hochoch, and where we need to go is west. And there's a transition right over here, the old goat herder's track. All those quests that we got are going to lead us that way.
I believe so.
So let's go. Old goat herder's track.